People are proposing a no-fly zone over Ukraine. Do you think that's something that is feasible as a solution to stop Russian jets to coming into Ukraine? And do you think this is something that the West and NATO should actually look into doing, or do you think it's not really a solution that could be done?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I think it's something visible. I think Putin expected to take Ukraine in like 2-3 days, and we can see now that it's been already almost 2 weeks, and he managed to take only one town. It's absolutely incredible what our Ukrainian warriors doing on the ground, and I definitely understand that NATO and other Western countries, they're afraid of something like no-fly zone. But what NATO can do, they can provide the planes, they can provide the defenses so Ukrainians will be able to protect their skies. It's extremely important because we can see already that Ukrainian troops, they are able to stop Putin on the ground, but Putin has enormous advantage in the air. And if NATO doesn't do anything, it will be Aleppo, it will be, I don't know, Yemen. Like, he would just bombard cities. Well, it happens already.
And what do you feel about people have suggested a no-fly zone so that no planes and no one can fly over Ukraine? Do you think that's something that should be allowed to happen, or do you think that's not really something that could be done? Because if we do that, that could perhaps impose a direct war with Russia.
I don't think so. It will help. I don't, because they are on the ground. They are moving with the tank. And so I'm not a military, what they call it, specialist in these things. But I don't think so. It will help because Russia has their clues to invade Ukraine. It's like a national security for Russia, because NATO is crawling day after day. Poland, then Croatia, Serbia, these things, and now Ukraine. And I don't know what's happened. I don't know. I think we need a balance. Sometimes we need two powerful power better than only one controlling the world.
What it is with that, you have to be realistic on it all. Everybody would love to see a no-fly zone over Ukraine. The actual agreement of NATO forbids them to do that, so you've got to respect that. That's what's happening in there. If people arm Ukrainians and give us the power to be able to actually fight that ourselves, that would help. Sometimes, as a private thought on it all, if you go back to the Second World War, then when Poland invaded, there was no NATO, whatever. It became a question of protecting freedom, protecting the sovereignty. So there is a little bit of balance on both sides of it all. The fear is, and you're quite right, this is where people should be worried about that, because if they actually do go and do that, what crazy thing will Putin do? What crazy thing will he do? What will he do because NATO has stood up to him, or whoever stands up to him and does that? That's the fear. Nobody wants a Second World War. So if they want some kind of a conclusion to help Ukraine to fight, give us the arms to do that. Give us the aircraft. Give us the anti-aircraft to do that. He thought he was going to do it in 2 days. He's got 40 million people fighting against him. Give us the aid. Watch us do it.